Hey, welcome back to Sober Now. I'm Jim LaPierre. Today we're going to be talking about willingness, which to me is absolutely everything. So I'm going to explain that a little bit. I'm a mix of old school and progressive where addiction recovery is concerned. I'm a huge advocate of harm reduction. I'm a proponent of medication assisted therapy. I mean, hell, if jumping up and down on a pogo stick every day kept you sober, I'd be a fan of that too. So, in my heart of hearts, I support all of those measures, but what I'm really hoping for is that those are steps to addiction recovery, freedom from all substances, and I'm always a cheerleader for folks to make those changes in their lives. The old school part of me says that willingness trumps wanting it, trumps needing it. And I know to some folks that sounds a little bit cold, but what I've learned over and over and over again, especially about the insidious nature of addiction, is that in a very real sense, it doesn't matter how much we want it. What matters is what we're willing to do to attain it. And so I don't support people who have vague notions or good intentions. What I try to push folks to get down to is what's the who, what, where, and when of what the plan is that's going to enable freedom from addiction, that's going to gain support and better health in our lives. So the who, what, where, and when, the one that's missing there is the why. My experience is getting trapped in the why of things is one of the biggest pitfalls, especially in early recovery from addiction. And the good news is we don't need to know why. I don't need to know why this became a problem in my life in order to change it and overcome it. I don't have to answer any of the questions about my childhood or my past in order to make my life better today. So let's take why and just set it aside. Someday down the road when your life is way better than it is today, then if you want to explore the whys of things, okay, we can do that. But for now, let's focus on how. Because how is an infinitely better question than why. How is an action step, and it's also an acronym. My friends in recovery use how as honesty, openness, and willingness, because those are really the keys to changing our lives and attaining better health and a better quality of life. So when we get down to willingness, what we're exploring is accountability. Specifically, what are the steps that we're going to take? And very often, this is all born out of desperation. I've searched my whole career for things that increase willingness, and I've only ever found two things: suffering and spiritual awakening. I'm fond of the expression, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. So when we choose recovery, when we choose to move towards a better life, what we're looking at is a willingness to stop suffering and create the changes in our life that are going to lead to better health. For a lot of us, having faith in ourselves or having hope that things can be better is very difficult to do. We see our track record, we see past bad decisions, and oftentimes we're people who have low self-worth. So to really have faith in ourselves that change is possible and that a better life is attainable feels like too much of a reach. And that's why it's great to have people like myself in your life, because we're going to cheer for you every step of the way. And we're going to hold out hope for you because it doesn't scare us to have hope for you. In your shoes, faith and hope feel like invitations for disappointment. And I get it. I've been there myself and experienced those same feelings. But when I surround myself with people who believe that I can make a change, everything becomes vastly more attainable. And so I wish that for you as well. Taking the next step is as simple as getting together with somebody who cares enough about you to hold you accountable. Tell them what your goals are, tell them what you're willing to do to achieve them, and then make some plans. Be open to outside input. You probably need some good suggestions about how you're going to attain this. And this whole concept doesn't just apply to being clean and sober. It applies to every aspect of recovery, and it applies to every life goal that you're ever going to have. I'm fond of the expression, everything you want is on the other side of fear. So what I've learned for myself is that when I have greater accountability in my life and I share with people the things that I'm struggling with or afraid of, it increases the chances that I'm going to undertake those steps dramatically because I have accountability. I'm allowing myself to receive support and encouragement. And I'm having some outside input as to what's the best way to approach this, what's an incremental way to achieve my goals, and breaking down maybe what is a large undertaking into small steps makes everything way more manageable. I joke with folks sometimes that manageability and sustainability aren't exactly exciting concepts, but they're absolutely vital to promote our success. Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm not going to be all better by Thursday. I'm not going to change my life in a hurry. It took me a long time to get where I am today, and further gains are always going to be possible, but they have to be based in reasonable, manageable approaches to change. We're all or nothing people, which means we're either a bull in a china shop trying to change everything immediately, or we're people who avoid it completely and stay stuck. So why and questions about why are too often the easiest ways to stay stuck, and if we're really honest with ourselves, quite often they're a reflection of self-pity or just perpetually feeling overwhelmed and stuck in our current situation. What I find is that when folks are fearful, they tend to pursue status quo. They want things to stay the same, and that too is an illusion. Things don't stay the same, especially in active addiction. Our health continues to decline, our character, our beliefs and values, all of the good things continue to go downhill, and progressively, the choices that are available to us become fewer and fewer. So, of all the choices that you could make, I hope you choose you, I hope you choose to invest in yourself, and I hope that you'll allow others to invest in you. Please, if you like the videos, give me a like on our YouTube channel, Sober Now. Please email me, jim@sobernow.com. Would love to hear your questions and suggestions for topics. And please make some investments in yourself, get some accountability, and start making some more progress today.